if you analyze how they refer to you as the common man, ordinary, average, simple, layman's terms, which means just simple language anyone can understand, they are already placing you in a tertiary position, as they are the primary and their constituents are in the secondary, but you are in the tertiary. It's the same reason why they have the Olympics: gold, silver, bronze. This is the reason why they have the term third world country, which is non-existent. There are no third world, second world, first world. They always have to place individuals in these specific slots, these numerical slots. First being best, second being mediocre, third being last. It's nonsense. There's nothing ordinary about you. You're not common. You're not what they refer you to be: simple, the average man, the common man, ordinary folk, simple, plain. Analyze how they refer to you, because how someone treats you is exactly how they feel about you. This programs your mind into believing that you're ordinary, you're average, you're common, you're simple, you're plain. There's nothing special about you. This diminishes your capacity to manifest on an unimaginable level. You are homo luminous, comprised of divine ethereal illumination. There's nothing ordinary about you. You are extraordinary. You are impeccable. You are grand. You are amazing. You are wonderful. You are beyond words, ineffable. You are inimitable. There's only one of you because God only created one of you. So you have to recognize that. It's true. The key to manifestation is remove this notion of the law of attraction. As I've said in previous videos, it doesn't have anything to do with attraction, everything to do with activation. You know, look at two tuning forks, as I've already referenced this analogy in previous videos. If you have one tuning fork that's tuned to the musical note of C, and you have another one right next to it that is tuned to the musical note of C, if you hit one, the other one that has not been struck will vibrate. That is activation. It's not attraction. Now imagine that you are the tuning fork that is being struck by the power of your intentions. And the other tuning fork that is not being struck are your dreams that have been there the whole time. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there. The power of your intentions is what is utilized to resuscitate, revive, and revitalize your dreams, because no dream ever dies. They simply remain dormant within the unlimited potential of your quantum imagination. And I shouldn't even really use that term quantum, because that's man's science, and I don't jive with man's science. I don't believe in any of it, but I just use the word quantum to convey the message that I'm trying to get across. Like, it's entanglement, entwined, interlaced, entwined, interlocked. Everything is one. So it's a nice little word to use that, you know, surmises all of the intentions I'm trying to convey through this video. But everything is one anyway. You are one with your dreams. It's just the reason that you're not seeing it is because you're not being them. You're not in the same vibratory frequency. You're just not. They're not going to materialize in front of you because you're in a different wavelength. You're very low. They're very high. It's nothing to do with attraction. Like, let me give you an example. You could be living in your house for 15 years and have a wooden kitchen table with all the grains in it and everything like that. Now, science disregards this as being pareidolia, which is a psychological phenomenon in which the mind makes sense of irregular shapes and patterns. That's nonsense. It's once again science explaining away the metaphysical and the spirit. That's what they do. That's all they do. What is actually happening is that you could be sitting at your kitchen table year after year after year and you don't even notice anything until one day you start meditating, or you start questioning things, or you start becoming more aware of what's actually going on. And then the next day you sit at that same kitchen table that you have for years and years and years that you didn't even notice anything. And then all of a sudden the grains of wood will start taking shape and form into depictions. and drawings, which are messages. The only reason why you didn't see it before is because you weren't vibrating in the same elevated level of ascended conscious awareness high enough to be able to view these things. I've made a reference to your dreams being at the top of a 100-story building and you being on the ground level. You're not going to be able to see them because you're not in the same frequency as they are. You're not at the same level. So that's why you're not seeing it. And you constantly reinforce these erroneously perceived absences in your reality as, oh yeah, see, they don't exist, they're not real, this is all garbage, this doesn't work, and you give up quick. You become easily discouraged because this is how the system wants you to be. They want you to stay trapped. That's why they refer to you as average, ordinary, common, simple, regular. These are generic terms. So you believe there's nothing special about you, so then that basically nullifies and negates your unlimited transformative potential right out of the gate. So then you're locked into this 9-to-5 grind and you just accept what they have to offer, which is crumbs, even the dust on crumbs, and you're okay with it. Instead of mapping out how you're going to create the rest of your life, what you're doing is you're going to look for a job and you're going to be okay with that. And that is the death of your soul. Because once again, you're going to have a boss over your head telling you when to go to the bathroom, when to eat, what to do, when to get back. You're a slave. Whether you want to realize it or not, just because you get a paycheck, you don't have a freedom. You don't have rights. That's all an illusion. So when you wake up every day, you have to really just get right with yourself that, am I going to keep taking this anymore? Allowing people to use me, manipulate me, dominate me, control me, abuse me, exploit me. It's all the same. How many times have people taken advantage of the kindness and compassion and empathy of your heart? And they use you. Oh, could you pick me up? Could you do this? Could you do that? They expect all these things. Then when you say no, they get angry. Because how dare you defend yourself in not allowing me to abuse you anymore? That's exactly what they do. If you keep saying yes, they'll keep using you because you teach people how to treat you. And if you're being treated like a doormat, don't blame them. That's on you. You teach people how to treat you. Always treat people the way you want to be treated, even if they don't treat you that way. But you teach people how to treat you. So if you're being treated like a doormat, that's because you're allowing it, because what you put up with, you end up with. And if you're okay with being treated like a piece of garbage, that's your business. Never inconvenience yourself simply to accommodate anyone else. Never place anyone on top of a pedestal because they don't belong there. You are not put on this earth to serve anybody. You are not serving God. God is not a tyrannical despot. God is not a tyrant lord, a king, a ruler. It's all nonsense. You are here to aid and assist and help, not serve. You're not a servant. You're not a slave. You're not a puppet. You're not a prisoner. You're not a trained chimp hitting a food bar for a feeder pellet. You are an extraordinary, remarkable, impeccable, incredible being, a magnanimous entity of superfluous abilities and superlative level of talents and powers that you don't even realize. You haven't even unlocked them yet. So they're in their celestial coffer, untouched. It's this amazing gift that God has given all of us. And you haven't even realized it because you haven't even bothered to open it up. And again, like I've said before, it has nothing to do with attraction, everything to do with activation. Revert back to what I said earlier in the video. Remember the 2 tuning forks that I used as an analogy. You can place 2 tuning forks side by side. As long as they are attuned to the same musical note, the same vibrational frequency, the note C, hit one, the other one will always vibrate. If you have 2 tuning forks, one is C, the other is C sharp or C flat, no matter how hard you hit the one, the other one will not vibrate because it is not attuned to that frequency. The reason why you haven't seen your dreams is because you're not being the frequency that will activate them. You're not providing a consistent, positive life force energy used to animate the frequency of your dreams into being. You're just not. So you can't be shocked or dismayed or discouraged or angry or perturbed or upset or disturbed because you're not seeing it, because you're not putting the work in. You'd think that you could press a button on your phone and your dreams are just going to come to life. It's not going to happen. The universe doesn't work through an app. They could, they utilize cell phones to help you help yourself, absolutely. But what I'm saying is that you can't just have the universe on an app and you press your phone and boom, there's your dream right there. I press my phone and $500 million explodes out of my mailbox. It doesn't work like that. You have to understand, your dreams and aspirations, goals, hopes, desires, intentions, visions, in your intelligence, perception, intuition, awareness, all those are metaphysical elements. They're not tangible in the physical sense. But all of the things that you desire already reside in the metaphysical. That is your imagination. That's why when you close your eyes, you have to close your physical eyes, because then you are nullifying and negating the limitations of your 5 physical senses. By closing your eyes, you are opening the eye to your cosmic mind, because you no longer have that physical impediment that's hindering you. It's very simple. You don't need to meditate in silence and stillness. You can meditate in motion. Walking, running, jogging, driving. You don't have to close your eyes to meditate. When you get to such an elevated level of conscious ascension and enlightened awareness, you can meditate with your eyes wide open, because you must understand. You must dream with your eyes wide open. And then do. It is not enough to wish and want and hope and desire for things. Unless you take action, it's all null and void. You could sit there all day long and cast intentions, but if you don't take action in the physical, it's not going to be accomplished. It requires physical action in the physical world to see physical results. That is the other half of the equation, because the universe has already done all the work for you. Your opportunities and your possibilities already lay before your feet, unlimited in their scope and their measure. Unlimited access. You can access them at any time. That's 50% of the equation. The other 50% lies on you. And they rely on you to help yourself. You already have all the talents, abilities, gifts, and wisdom that you need. Those are the tools needed and required to get the job done. Now you have to just take action. You have to gravitate towards where your intuition is subtly nudging you to go. That's why angelic guidance operates through your intuition, not through the ego, because the ego is a conduit for the darkness. Intuition is the voice of the angelic realm. Don't ever discard or disregard your intuition. Always discard and disregard your ego, because the ego is always going to say, compete against this one, compare yourself to that one. I have to be the best. I have to be first. I have to be right. I have to be the richest, the smartest, the tallest, the strongest, the fastest. I have to keep up with the Joneses. My next door neighbor got a brand new roof and a brand new car. I've got to get a brand new roof and a brand new car, even better than theirs. And it never ends. So in departing, I just want to say, don't compare or compete against anyone. Don't try to outshine anyone. Just shine. Just let go of the rope that you hold to the past, and there will be no more tug of war you have with your emotions and your feelings over these horrible experiences. You got to let all that stuff go, because it's holding you down. It's preventing you from being the best version of your unlimited self. You are your infinite being. You just don't realize it. You have to take the steps to achieve that in the physical. Absolutely. So don't hinder the process by inviting any resistance that is unnecessary. You are overcomplicating your life by unnecessarily overthinking things. Don't do that to the point where you are overanalyzing something to the point of paralysis, because then nothing moves and nothing gets done. The whole process of manifestation is simple. Infuse the power of your intentions within the frequency of your dreams. You set your intention, you send it, and you release it. You don't obsess over it, because obsession is a tether. When you obsess over your intentions, you have not released it, because you are afraid. There's no faith, there's no belief, there's no hope. You doubt the universe. You doubt God's ability to manifest these things for you, because your physical senses are not detecting them. You must deny the evidence of your senses if they run contrary to your metaphysical desires, simply because the fact that just because you can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Because I ask you this, my friend, what about the wind? You can't see the wind, but you can feel it. That's how it works. So have faith in yourself, have belief in God, and know that whatever you're going to send will be received, worked on, and delivered to you, Not exactly the way you want it, but exactly the way you need it to be. It's not going to come in a recognizable form because your plan doesn't align with God's plan. God's plan is always the best. Trust me. The problem with human beings is that they always create this egotistical road of resistance, friction, borders, boundaries, barriers, and they manifest these problems called illusions, and then you have to expend an inordinate amount of your time, attention, effort, and energy on diffusing the unnecessary elements that are complications, hindrances, impediments, and blockages on that road. And they're all unnecessary. You're creating your own problems, and then you have to expend all this time and energy and effort until you're fatigued into compliance. Look at human beings. When they all gather together, they always chat about gossip or the same nonsense on TV, the news. That's all low vibrational stuff, folks. That's specifically designed to trap you in the corridors of your own limited awareness. It's a pedestrian mentality, a linear lateral mentality. It is the industrialized imagination, the synthetic imagination. It is what I refer to as the postmodern mind, which is the enslavement of your soul. This is the false identity, which is a significant portion of the false light grid, the false energy grid, which is the matrix. So once you get out of that system, you're okay. But anyway, wake up every day knowing, not believing, knowing that you are the greatest miracle you have been searching for, because you are capable of manifesting greatness and miracles anytime, anywhere. Absolutely. Have a blessed day today. God bless you.